Hello, hello. Welcome to a new vlog and a new week. I've just been to pick up Kim and I's coffee, and I always find it so bizarre when people stop me to speak to me because they recognise me through they recognise me from like social media with White Rabbit, and I'm always referred to as the White Rabbit lady. So when I was coming out there, a guy stopped me and he actually said to me first, "Are you still managing the gym in Stewarton?" And I was like, "Oh no, well, I PT out there, but let's see if I put the car in the right gear. I don't manage anymore, but I PT out of there." And then he was like, "Oh, I buy some of your products for my missus, that White Rabbit stuff." So I was like, "Yes, you are correct. I am the White Rabbit stuff lady." So I've got a relatively quiet day today. This morning I was just doing some admin bits. So one of my online coaching clients is going in for gallbladder removal surgery next week, and I was just she'd asked me to help her in terms of like post-surgery nutrition and also like training and stuff. Obviously it's very dependent on, and she needs to get the sign off from her consultant and doctor and whatever, and it's dependent on if you get, or if she gets, keyhole surgery or like more substantial surgery, I suppose you could call it. That obviously determines how long it will take before you can get back into proper activity. I mean, if it's keyhole surgery, she can literally get back to walking quite lightly, like nothing too strenuous, within a couple of days, because it's important to help with circulation to prevent blood clots. And then she could potentially be back at the gym within like even 3 to 4 weeks. But obviously if it's a bigger surgery, then recovery time's longer. And then when it comes to nutrition, especially for, or specifically in regards to gallbladder removal, your gallbladder is responsible for producing bile to break down fat. So you've got to be very considerate, for want of a better word, about what you are putting in your body. So like you want to like slowly introduce fibre, nothing high fat, various different things. But I find it quite interesting actually, and that's kind of what I'm waiting on. That's one of the reasons that I also do my personal training and the coaching, is because I am genuinely interested in it, and I like helping people in that sense. So hopefully she'll make a really quick recovery. And I think she's always had quite a lot of health issues, and I'm wondering if this has been why, like the gallbladder issue. But we'll find out when she's post-surgery anyway. I don't know what I was thinking, but
well, I should mention that's for sort of the branding, so we retain ownership, but you can get it manufactured by us.
Yeah. And do you have, in terms of the like, so if I was to go ahead with that and then get yourselves to make it, like, do you have like a minimum order quantity? Good morning. It's not morning. Afternoon. Good afternoon. It's meant to be a White Rabbit product day today, but number one, I can't be bothered, and number two, I don't have a lot of the stock. So it's admin instead. That was actually a really unexpected but good phone call. So I had inquired with this company, and you know, just in terms of potential new product development or even like getting my current products manufactured, and their rates are so reasonable, and their minimum order quantities as well. Like she said that there's a minimum order quantity of like 250, which is amazing compared to a lot of the companies who were charging like, not charging, but their MOQs like thousands upon thousands. So yeah, I was really pleased about that. I'm currently talking about stock, I am ordering stock, and then I'm tempted to go and sit outside for a wee while. Thankfully my, touch wood, I'm still a bit blocked up in this ear, but last night I was getting a bit of earache, and poor mum, like she's completely like choked up and congested, so I don't know what we've got going on there. But yeah, just thought I'd say hello. Are we recording? Good morning. I'm in Stewarton. I'm just heading to get my physio done, and I'm in the best mood ever. Need to make sure I don't walk by the entrance. Naturally everyone's looking at me because they've never seen a camera before. Look, there's Corey's new studio. I'm going to get my foot tattoo on... Where am I? Oh, here. Physio's done, I'm all ironed out, booked in for 2 weeks time for a sports massage. And I went to the wee like cafes that's down there because I just took a notion for a cake. And I was going to get the normal Rocky Road, and then the girl pointed this one out, which is called the Crack. And I was like, pardon? But it is Rocky Road with honeycomb, almonds and other nuts in it. Oh dear Lord. Wow, that is something. Absolutely nothing to see here, just me running late as per and having to put my... Why have I got grids in my face? What is going on? By the way, I dropped you. This is a sign that I need to get my truck cleaned because my sticky pad that you're sitting on normally is not so sticky anymore. So I went round a corner and you went flying. I'm glad that you're relatively unaffected. But I'm just on my way.
She's been beyond the wards and not been summoned because we're...
So my investment came in for White Rabbit Skincare and the relief is just... I can't even explain. So I have been... this person's flashing at me. I have been paying invoices and bringing everything up to date, and it was quite interesting though because I noticed I asked ChatGPT to help me create a sort of little affirmation and like routine like involving EFT tapping and stuff before I check my bank balance and things, because I could feel myself, I knew that the money was there because I'd seen it, but I could feel like the anxiety building where I had to go in and like pay for my invoices and stuff, and there was very much that resistance there of being like, I don't want to do this, like I'm scared I'm going to have no money left, blah 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 blah. So I've clearly still got a lot of work to do in terms of my money mindset, but at least now I've got that breathing space to do that. And also from like a personal finance point of view, I've been sorting things out that way, so yeah, I do feel better about stuff. I'm having to head back to Sherton. Well, not having to, I just am. If I can park here. Can I park here? Safe, but hey ho. But I need to run in and get money. Bye. Do you really have ADHD if you don't sit in the car park for a good 20 minutes before you go in? I am pooped, and there's a man watching me across the way. There I'm back again, looking tired. Let's go. Hello. Where can I hear music? Oh, my phone. Let's just stop that music before I get copyrighted. I have the gym to myself. Hi, can you see me? So I am about to train pull, and then I am going to go and hopefully get my nails done, because they're growing out a bit and they're freaking me out. I was meant to have Caroline in at 4:30, but she's moved till tomorrow morning now. But that actually suits me better. And then I'm actually going back to Amy Simpson's to pick up Healy. I can't remember if I've told you about this before, but I was really interested in it, so she's going to help me set it up because she had one spare and I look tired. We've got our last manifestation circle tomorrow morning at 8 AM, so the goal is to be in bed early. But when am I actually in bed early? But I really need to be in bed early. Anyway, I digress. The sooner I start training, the sooner I can finish. Can't really be bothered training, but as I say, the quicker I start, the quicker I finish. Let's choose my... I've actually got my own playlist here. Where is it? Fuel. House favourites. You used to be able to shuffle the playlist, but you can't do that anymore. Hello, I am home. I have got emails. So let's find my photo. I saw this picture of Molly May on Instagram, and like I really like that colour and also like that shape. And when I told the wee woman, she was like, "Your nail's not long enough." And I was like, okay then. So I've ended up with, I took a photo of my nails, but I actually think they're quite nice. Again, not the colour that I was going to go in for, because I went in thinking I'm going to get chrome French, or like a silver French. But if I'm honest, I didn't have the money. I only had the money that Cameron given me for a session, and I forgot my purse, so I couldn't get money out of the cash machine. But anyway, and also been picking my Healy up. Amy tried explaining it to me. I think it's going to get a lot of you getting used to, but she also sent me, there's two apps that you use, Healy 1 and Healy 2, and she has suggested what there's a certain program that I have to run. First 12 days of frequency. It all sounds very like, if you're not into this kind of thing like I am, it will sound all kind of woo woo. But I was saying to Amy that I must have manifested this, because you know how you talk about like the Earth's frequency is 432 Hz, and there's all these frequencies like all about us everywhere. And literally, was it about last week, I was thinking I would love to know what my frequency is, like as a human. And obviously I always talk about like, why do I keep saying obviously, it's my new aim. I always talk about like raising my vibration and whatever else. So basically the idea behind that, well there's nothing basic about it, but the idea behind this is it scans you, because you've got little bands that you wear, and it scans you and tells you like where you're at right now, but then also what would help to like essentially raise your vibration and raise your frequency, and if you've got any like pain. Like I was watching a video of a girl who had a migraine, and she ran a certain program. There's like hundreds of programs, and the one I've got, which is the, I can't remember what one this is, but because you get different ones, this one I can also act as like a coach, so I can run scans for other people. It's not just limited to me. And she says that, Amy that is, says that you can literally do it for everything. You can send frequencies to, like you can run scans on like your pets, plants. She did an exercise with a glass of water where she did it and then drank the water afterwards. It's mad. But right now, it's already 20 to 8. We've got our last manifestation circle in the morning at 8. And then I'm doing Caroline's PT at 10. So I'm going to go for a shower. I've just made, ooh, they're very crispy. I've just made potatoes in the air fryer. Can't see me. And my battery's running out, so that's my sign to go. Bye! Guys, I officially hate being the world's most indecisive person. And it's such a first world problem thing that I'm indecisive about. I'm currently on my way round to Mum and Dad's, because I want to see them before they go away tomorrow. But I'm also, Mum's given me a dress to wear to Jen's wedding reception, and I'm going to see if she's got like a necklace I can wear. But anyway, my current dilemma is whether or not I stop at Espresso Cart to get a coffee before I go round there, or I wait and get a coffee after I've been, because I also want to go and get my truck cleaned. And I usually go for like the full valley, so it means that I'm waiting there for a while. So in my head I'm like, logically it makes more sense for me to go and get my coffee afterwards, because then I'll be able to sit and have my coffee while I'm getting my truck clean, blah blah blah. But I've got a stonker of a headache, and I'm kind of that way where I think like, do I want one now? I realise how ridiculous that sounds. And I could technically get 2 coffees. I don't know why I'm making this into such a big thing. But I just hate the fact that I'm indecisive, and I don't want to be an indecisive person. I want to be a person who's like, I'm doing this, and that's that. I think I might go and get one right now, you know. I'm driving this way. The PMS is PMS, and I had the most bizarre sleep of my life last night. I kept like waking up, like proper like joking away, like I was panicked that I was going to be like running late for something. I was having bizarre dreams. Like one of my dreams was I was walking along, pretty sure it was Edinburgh, with Taylor Swift, who was telling me that she was going to be babysitting Marco, that's my cousin Simon and Elena's wee boy, but I wasn't allowed to tell anyone. But else is a dream. I'm going in for a coffee, by the way. That's like the main one that I can remember. But I just feel like my aura ring as well. Like it says that my sleep rating's like 87, but I was very restless, and I'm like, yeah, I can agree with that. And I just like, I had our last, well, Amy says that we're going to do what she calls a closing ceremony, but we had our last like the Be the Channel meditation and journaling session, and then it was fine. And then I think I've mentioned before, but like I hate when plans are changed last minute. I know that's like a me thing, and like working through change or dealing with change. But I was meant to have a PT session this morning. She had moved from yesterday. As it turns out, it actually worked out fine, because I meant I could go and get my nails done, and I could go home, blah blah blah. But you know that way where I was like, right, I'm going to do this session, then I'm going to go and have this PT, blah blah blah. And then she messaged me at like, so we were meant to be having it at like 10, and she messaged me at like 9:15 and was like, I'm going to have to cancel because of one thing or the other. And my instant reaction or trigger is that like people aren't seeing the value in me. She said it was because of like an illness and whatever, but it's at times like this I think I'm not cut out to be a PT or work directly with people sometimes. Also, I brought my book with me because I'm going to hopefully get that finished, or I'm going to read it. I've only got about that much left, and it's quite big text. And I have to say, it's currently sitting about 3.5, and I'm a bit disappointed, because when I'd seen everyone talking about it all over social media, everyone was like 6-star read, blah 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 blah, and in comparison to Never, there's nothing world changing about it. Like I don't get the hype. It's a nice story so far. Like I'm waiting for the big like reveal, because something's happened. Like the story is that her dad died, so she went back to America. She's got a very 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 dysfunctional family. She meets Sam Penny, who's like the male main character. He's nice. I'm not in love with him. Yeah. And then of course there's this like big drama about something that happened that they didn't know about her dad. So we'll have to fight. They're a way to try and work out this, or find out what this could be. And even if it is a big like reveal, a bit like Never, I thought that it was going to be a book that, although it is one of the most emotionally, I don't want to say emotionally damaging, but like I have never felt that way about a book or a book ending in a long, long time. But to me, a book that is like 5-star is one that you would read over and over and over again. So when someone says 6-star, I immediately think this must be like groundbreaking, like something, a really different story, a different way of coming at things, and it's not. And it's kind of sort of dampened, like, because I was kind of looking forward to reading Magnolia Parks. And if any of you have read the Magnolia Parks series, or like you know of Jessa Hastings' writing, then please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm now like, is the Magnolia Parks just going to be like another get another series. Like, anyway, I'm gonna get me some caffeine. The truck is officially nice and clean. I'm going to be in empty use the toilet. Look, so shiny and nice. I love it. By the way, you should all be proud of me because I went to TK Maxx and B&M and Poundland and didn't buy anything for myself. It's Sam's birthday next week, so I bought her some bits. Well, that's not strictly true. I did buy batteries and mailing bags and my vegan chicken pieces and some incense sticks, which are a whole grand total of £1. But I could feel myself starting to get that kind of like anxious way about spending money. So I'm going to go home, reset stuff, might sit in the garden for a little while, my feet in the grass, ground myself, and just... I've not done my EFT tapping today, so I think I'll do a round of that as well. Kind of clear the fear. But I'm quite hungry now. I've only eaten... What have I eaten today so far? Well, I had my breakfast, and then before I left I had a full packet of vegan pastrami slices and hummus and some buttered bread. It was quite funny because I went round to see Mum and Dad and I thought Mum might be like, do you want to do something, or do you want to get Chinese tonight or something? So we're just like, bye! So I guess I'm doing one thing. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to phone. Hello, my mum and dad are coming to stay with yourselves tomorrow, and I was just wondering if I could arrange to have a bottle of Prosecco put in their room, if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
Not me that's overstimulated and doing about 15 million things at once. Case in point, I made this yogurt about 2 hours ago and I still haven't finished it. I'm hungry, but I'm doing that, apparently there's an ADHD thing where if there's too many steps to eating something, it puts you off. And I didn't particularly fancy this yogurt, but I thought I'd best get nutrients in me. So I started eating it, but now I've gone off it. Oh! I am currently importing this week's vlog. I'll no doubt have to go and feed Harry. I've just put a washing on. I have spent the last couple of hours searching for holidays for my sister. It's part of my travel agent thing. And then I keep meaning to, I'm feeling a bit like claustrophobic because there's so much going on in this coffee table. But I keep thinking of things that I want to do tomorrow, so I really need to start writing out in my planning tomorrow. Also, very, very niche question. Can anybody recommend a good pen? Because I picked up this one, it's a Zebra Sarasa 0.7 and I don't like it. Bonus points if you can recommend a pen that's good for left-handed people, because I'm left-handed. And I don't know why I look so dark. Good morning, happy Sunday. I'm feeling full of the joys of spring today, which is always lovely. I have written myself out quite the to-do list for today, but I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm actually excited about this list. I just need to remind myself that if I don't get it done, it's not the end of the world. But I have made myself a second cup of Spacegoods, and I'm going to finish off my breakfast and read a bit of my book, I think. Oh, talking about books. Hold on, this is not the best angle. I finished not Magnolia Parts, The Conditions of Will, and I'm very disappointed. I gave it 3 stars. I just don't get it. I don't get the hype. I don't get why everyone was saying that it's like changed their life and stuff. Never changed my life. And you best bet, as I said in my review of The Conditions of Will, you best bet that when number 2 is coming out, I will be first in the line to get that book. But I was technically first in the line for Conditions of Will because I pre-ordered it. And it just wasn't the one. it was like, the story was, it was like boy meets girl or girl meets boy in a albeit unconventional way, but then like they develop feelings for each other really, really quickly. And I know like love at first sight is a thing, but I don't like, and it wasn't anything, it dealt with a lot of very deep subjects, you know, like rape, alcoholism, addiction, very dysfunctional families, you name it, generally it was in there. And I feel like a lot of it was very like surface level and a bit like rushed. I could see if this was like the first book in another series, in a series in which they were kind of delving into the different, I don't know, maybe the different like characters or whatever, but I just, no. And I do acknowledge the fact that because it wasn't fantasy or romantasy, that's maybe why I didn't like it as much. I do think I've maybe got that kind of like bias that way, but yeah. So I'm charging on my Kindle because I'm thinking I might have a look through, I can't remember what I've got on my Kindle. I'm actually inclined to read Manacled, which is the Draco Malfoy and Hermione fan fiction that's basically really, really taken off. I think it's now going to be printed, maybe. I don't know how that would work with like the, what do you call it, like the permissions around J.K. Rowling and whatever. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm also looking at my bookcase and I also need to re-sort my TBR cart. Decisions. I've got something in my tooth. Right, I'm going to finish my breakfast. Bye. Well, that was a good little power hour. I mean, I had a fight trying to drop off some of my vintage parcels, but beforehand. But then I was on an espresso cart for an hour, as the name power hour suggests, and I have found Nicola and Garth like what I'm hoping will be their ideal holiday. It's a hotel, 14 nights, all inclusive, like family room. It's right on the beach. There's a horse riding stables, which Nicola wanted like 10 minutes away. What else? Flights are included. It just seems pretty perfect, to be honest. So I need to go to the supermarket now, but when I get home I'm going to put that quote together and send it to her, and hopefully she'll like it. I should also point out, if this is your first time watching my vlogs, that I recently got my independent travel agent qualification, certification, whatever you want to call it. So it means that I have access to all these like travel booking databases and I can save people money. So if you're thinking of going on holiday, my contact details are down below, so give me a message. I survived Tesco. I'm now heading to Greg's to get my weekly free vegan sausage roll. Because I don't know if I told you, but I decided to switch my bank account to Monzo. So to be on, I'd been thinking about switching accounts for a while anyway, but I just decided to go ahead, switch to Monzo. It's not actually fully switched over yet in terms of like all my direct debits and whatnot, but I have upgraded to their Max account, I think it's called. Basically you pay an amount every month and you get all these like benefits, like better like interest rate on your savings account, insurances, like phone insurance, so I can cancel, because my EE phone bill is like ridiculous every month, and part of it's because I've got insurance, so I'm going to cancel that off because we're now covered. But also you randomly get like, there's like free things, like you get a weekly free Greg's and you can either choose from a hot drink, a sausage roll, or something else, but I just want a sausage roll. If you're thinking of switching accounts, I do have a referral thing from Monzo. Message me or comment if you are thinking about it. But anyway, let's go! Productive Sunday is productiving, sort of. Got my sausage roll, but I've eaten it. Could have done maybe a little warmer, but
Someday, you know, maybe they would overthrow the disintegrator or bring them down.
good evening. This has been the quickest evening ever. Billy's getting a takeaway. It's 9:30 now. I've just done my food prep. Of course I've just done my food prep, it's the back of 9. and I need to check my email inbox, but then I'm going to get into bed because I've now got a bit of earache in my left ear, whereas before it was my right ear, and my gums are so sore. I haven't really been eating much today because it's been sore. But anyway, thank you for watching. As always, thank you for supporting me and being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!